Bills Roundup, presented by ECMC. ECMC, the difference between healthcare and true care.
Bills players have spent the last 11 weeks working out, learning the playbook, practicing, tuning up. Now they get a 6-week layoff before training camp. Chris Brown along with John Murphy here on Bills Roundup. And Murph, it was the last day of mandatory minicamp here on Thursday, and Rex Ryan then sent the players on their way.
Yeah, and I think overall it's been a pretty good week of work for the Bills at this minicamp. And after the Thursday workout, Coach Ryan said overall he's been very happy with the way the team has worked since the players returned here to Orchard Park back in early April.
I'm really pleased with how the offseason went. I think when you look at it, you know, what you're trying to accomplish, you got to get a couple of new systems taught. You got to, you know, you want to see what you have from a physical standpoint, you know, as best you can without putting the pads on. Enthusiasm, all that type of stuff, and obviously the physical conditioning of your players. So I've been happy with all of it.
Ryan and his offensive coaches had to be pretty happy with the way E.J. Manuel threw the ball in the final minicamp session. He seemed on target all day long and wrapped up the work week with a beautiful over-the-shoulder touchdown toss to Marcus Easley to finish off a 2-minute drill. Manuel knows the battle for the starting quarterback job, however, could go all the way to the end of training camp.
I figured, you know, that's what it kind of would be anyway, just because of the way we've been rotating throughout OTAs and even today. So, you know, it is what it is. I think the way you have to go into this thing is, you know, do your best, you know, with the reps that you get. And at the end of the day, you know, they'll make the best decision for the team.
He's had some moments and things like that. I thought EJ did good. He threw the touchdown pass in a 2-minute. Kind of looked a little watered down over there on defense. You know. But it was good, you know, and it was great to see, and you know, but yeah, he looked pretty good. He had some nice plays today.
Another young player who seemed to take a step forward in the minicamp is second-year offensive tackle Cyrus Kouandjio. He spent the last couple of weeks as the starting right tackle. Rex Ryan says that race is not over yet, but Kouandjio is ahead of Chantrell Henderson right now at the right tackle spot.
I felt a huge improvement in my balance, being able to, you know, do what you want at a certain speed. It takes a lot of balance. It just takes a lot of core strength. It helps your game a lot. There are a lot of other things, a lot of little things that I see in my game that, you know, I can fix. I still have ways to go. I still have a few things that I can pinpoint. Hey, I need to work on this during the break, and I'll do that. But it's always a process.
He's a big guy, but he also can move, and he has his arm length is very. You know, I can't really give you a number, obviously, but I'm saying compared to other tackles in the league, I mean, he can definitely get there and reach. So as far as pass blocking and run blocking, he has the extension and the advantage in that situation.
At the end of the final minicamp session, the Bills also made a roster move, signing veteran tight end Matthew Mulligan. He's played for 8 different teams in his 7 NFL seasons, including the Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets. Mulligan considered a blocking specialist at the tight end position. Buffalo released corner Merrill Noel to make room for Mulligan on the roster.
And so, Chris, the players scatter for the next 6 weeks with training camp coming up at the end of July. And Rex Ryan made it very clear today that he wants his players to come back refreshed, in condition, and ready to go.
Told the players kind of detox away from football. Get away from it. You know, maintain some conditioning, but get away from it. Hopefully you're jogging on the beach or you're doing something like that. But now's not the time to think about football. Now's the time to get away from it, spend time with your families, have another, you know, a little life outside of the game. And then when it gets close, start dialing in, and you can't wait to get back out here. We know what's in front of us, and be obviously as they can be half as enthused about it as you know, this season as I am, then that'd be good.
Well, as you know, Chris, the enthusiasm is really contagious around here, and it has been since the players returned back in early April. The players leave here now with a bounce in their step. Most of them looking forward to taking some time off, but a lot of them really looking forward to the start of training camp.
Yeah, and an indication of that is talking to several players in the locker room. Most of them only intend to take 1, maybe the first 2 weeks off in this 6-week break. So it looks like most of them have committed that final month before training camp to really tune up and get their bodies in peak condition for the grind at St. John Fisher. For John Murphy, I'm Chris Brown for Bills Roundup, presented by ECMC.